Hello and welcome back to Purbeck 22, Purbeck Farm 22 that is. We're following on from the last episode. However, for those that watched the last episode, you'll notice we're quite a few hours on, probably about 6 hours after in-game hours. That is because we finished the last episode and I thought, I really need funds. Like, we were on, what were we on? About less than 7 grand, weren't we? So what I did a harvesting contract. What field did we do? Oh, that's the one. This here, 31. It was a either wheat or barley contract, and we basically it was only about 4 grand we got from it. But then we got another extra couple of grand for the excess products. So yeah, that's why we're up to nearly 15.5 grand. You can see our combine's parked here because we've got our barley field to do down there. But what I want to do first, which I'm probably going to have to... Am I going to get through there? No, I'm going to have to move this combine on her. Tell you what we'll do. We'll drive this just down towards where we need to be. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze, like. It's going to be more of a squeeze than what I thought. Right, let's get back there. It's so tight, this bit. So we need to be through here. Why is that not turning properly? I wasn't having an issue with this before. I'm gonna have to oh, why is this doing this now? Do you know what I might have to do? I'm gonna have to get it on a trailer, I think, on a tractor, sorry, and bring it down. It won't let us turn. It was working alright. In the last episode. It's like it's reset itself. And it's gone back to the middle rather than sort of towards the end, which is why I left it. Right, let's put this out the way for now. Because the first thing I actually want to do is get some food, get some TMR done for the cows. Because we're starting to get a bit low, which I mentioned in the last one, didn't I? Right. So we're going to need that trailer as well. I'll leave the trailer there. We'll get this attached. We really need to start taking some more of that muck down as well. That's another job we could do with doing at some point. I don't expect to get this video done within this in-game day. I expect to go into the second half of July. Right, I need to give myself space. That should be alright there. So, I've left the panel on, the information panel, just for us doing this mixing. Once we finish doing this, I'll take it off, because I don't particularly like having it on, to be fair. Have to be careful with when it's silage or muck, because it's really easy to tip this over. There we go. I think, do we normally get about 3 of these? And then 2 hay bales. And then we just put a full straw bale in, don't we? And that's enough. Let's get this down. I'll keep it extended like this, see if we can... See if it'll work just like this without being too unstable. Just saves messing about, doesn't it? And I'll try to remember not to use that camera angle next time round as well. can see how unstable it is, can't you? I might have to bring it in and then lift it up. That's going to be alright. And the other advantage as well, getting this done now, we're going to need this clamp really soon, because all our grass fields in the next, probably the next in-game month actually, will be ready to harvest again. I mean, to be honest, it would be better for me if it was September, but if it is next month, then we're just gonna have to deal with it. I mean, I could leave it till September, couldn't I? It's not like the grass is going to disappear. I don't think it does. I'm just trying to think. So, if you remember on FS19, if you didn't cut the grass in time, it would just go down to a state where you couldn't harvest, didn't it? If you had seasons on. Where I don't think it does on 22, from what I remember. I think it just stays in whatever state it's in. So if it's in like the fully grown state, it'll just stay like that until you cut it, doesn't it? Which again is the reason why I liked seasons on 19 better than on here. Right, let's ditch this bucket. I'll get this on. The bale fork. There we go. So, 2 hay bales. Hopefully there's just 2 by themselves. Is that 2 by themselves there? It's looking pretty promising. Yeah, not from that angle though. Right. Other one? There it is. Now I don't know if I'll be able to lift these straight in, because 16,000 litres is quite heavy, isn't it? I say quite heavy, it's really, really heavy. I need one of them ramps, don't I, where I can just drive up and then be above the mixer. Don't know where I'll put it, like. There we go. I was going to say it's not lifting it, it's really struggling. Oop, wrong way. We'll disengage the claws. Get them slid off. Go on, fall in properly. There we go. Right, excellent. And now, 1 straw bale, and that's us done for a lot of TMR. And there it is, the straw bale. Got a bit of a fall there, like. I'm not going to be able to get that one out. Oh, the camera angle's at it again. Get this open back up. Right, try again. Need to get away from that wall. There we go. Right, now get it closed. Which I think just pushed it off even further. There we go. Right, and now this should be the perfect mix. In we go. Okay, that's switched off. Back in the vent. Get these gates open first. So what should happen, and what's happened previously, is there's still quite a lot of that straw in there because we've reached 30,000 litres, which is capacity. However, as it empties, it should create more. Oh my god, this, honestly, this camera angle is so annoying. Right, so you'll see the straw content's going up, but it shouldn't go up any more to make it into chaff. Right, it's going down up. Yeah, so it didn't. It went up to just under the limit. So that is fantastic. How much is it going to take? It'll be quite a lot. Oh god, there's still got loads to go in. Do you know what? I might have to stop this. In fact, I am going to stop it. If it gets down to 10,000 litres, I'm going to stop it and take it to the other one. Right, let's stop it there. Just under 10,500 litres. We've had more cows, haven't we? That's the issue. We've got a load of calves in there. That's why it was going to take all of it. Because previously it wouldn't. We would still have quite a lot left in the... I'm going to get round here. Well, aye. There we are, like a pro. Yeah, we used to have quite a lot left in here. And now, we'll have a look when we start topping up the other ones, just to see how much this barn actually took. I haven't done very well there, have I? Let's get round, there's enough space anyway. I could have done with doing another few contracts really, but I didn't want to just sort of take all our money from contracts. I know we've got literally no rules whatsoever on this series. It's all about just having fun and progressing. But I still don't want to just do contract after contract. Come on, close them. There we go. Right, the trigger's a bit funny with this as well, isn't it? So I think we have to sort of pretty much drive over the tree. I really didn't say that. I was looking up at the I was looking over at the food points. Yeah, I think we pretty much have to drive over it and then it'll recognise it. Or maybe not. There it is. I think I was going to walk straight through it. Well, that isn't going to taste very nice at all, is it? We now have cannibal cows. Oh my word. Let's, what I'll do... I'll take that off because I might use that as a... I might end up using that as a thumbnail. somewhere along them lines. Right, so let's have a look at how much they took. So they're up to 13,000. There's only 16 cows in there, and they took a good chunk, didn't they? And they were nearly full. I could have just let them go, couldn't I? I know I stopped it at 10.5, but I think if we just stopped it at 10, that would have been, it would have probably stopped itself. So we've got 90 cows in there. I was though going to move some over to this one, but we'll see. Right, so cow is now suspended in midair. Fantastic. I'm sure it'll drop down at some point. I hope. Right, I will go and get this parked up, and then we'll get on to our harvest. Right, we'll go and get this in place, and then I've attached the header onto the fence. So hopefully that works a little bit better. I'm just trying to think of which way am I better off. Am I better off going through that gap there? I think I probably am, Anna, than trying to get it in there. Let's, if I can. Oh god, it's so tight this. Am I going to get round? Kind of. I know I complain about it being so tight. That is like literally one of the, for me, it's one of the highlights and the most nostalgic parts of this map. I love even though these are an absolute pain, and they are. Like when you're trying to get equipment down, they're just so annoying, and you can't go like. So we've got a tractor that can do 5 miles an hour. Unless you're really tempting fate, you can't really do, because of things like this, and then there's a one hidden in there. You can't really just bomb around. But it's also one of the great things about this map, and it makes it more challenging, and it's just, yeah, like when I think of Purbeck and FS19, that's what I think of, like struggling to get equipment down here, and please don't fall off, please don't fall off, because if it does, I'm not recovering it from there, am I? Don't fall off. If I can get it in here. Right. That's good. I'll have to get the fence back to get the trailer back and do that. Probably when we put a time lapse on. Yes, look at that. Like a dream. Like a dream. That will be when I can get this out. Right. Fantastic. Have we got swaths on? Yeah. So, our second harvest. We are, I'll just have a quick look. We're at 100% for yield. It's all sandy loam pretty much, apart from this bit which is loam. So I mean, what we're getting? 100% from it? Yeah. Expected yield 99%. So that's not bad. What's the rest of them? Up here is quite poor, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, that isn't going to be good at all there. But the rest of it's loam, which is... And what's it down here? Between loam and sandy. So that's not too bad either. I'll get this going again. Now, I was thinking we'll get all the way around in one go, but we're already at 15% and we don't seem to be very far around at all. What are we doing with the barley? Do we need the barley? We don't need barley for our cereal, do we? It's oats and corn. We don't have chickens, although one of the other farms, the sheep farm, that has chickens to it. We don't have a production on this one where we can put barley through, so this we might just store until December, January time and then sell it. Although we are looking to get, well not looking, we need to get a production that does raisins, aren't we, for the cereal. So I mean, if there's something like the all-in-one production that we used on No Man's Land, we could potentially do something with the barley and then like turn it into flour, possibly make a bit more money out of it. But we'll see. I mean, at the minute we don't have the money to do anything, do we? We don't have the money to buy a piece of land to put the production on or anything at the minute. I was counting on that silage being sold, but I don't want to sell it now at a rock bottom price when in a few months time we're going to be getting like top dollar for it. Which seems a bit of a waste. What are we on? Silage. Right, there we are. So so it's like £100 under, isn't it? I know we've still got dollars on. That's because I've been on Griffin, Indiana. I actually last night I loaded Iowa planes up and just started having a bit of a mess about on there. That reminded us a lot, and I don't even know if it's the same person who makes it. I don't think it is, off the top of my head. Although there was two versions of this map. Westbridge Hills. When I was playing on Iowa, it reminded us of Westbridge. We had, for those that haven't seen it, we finished the series after about 30 episodes. We had a episode on Westbridge called Used Machinery Challenge, and what we did on there was, tell you what, I'll go up, I'll get this trail and we'll carry on. Yeah, so we had the Used Machinery Challenge on Westbridge, and basically the idea was we could only, I think I started on, did I start in hard mode? I think everything was on hard, because that's normally how I play. Whoa, going a bit fast down there. That's normally how I play it. But the whole concept behind it was we could only either lease or buy stuff from the used machinery. So we could only lease pieces of equipment, or like I said, if it came up second hand, we could use that. And that is I did start on hard, because we started with no equipment whatsoever, did we? And then luckily there was, what tractor was it? I can't remember the make. It's the one that, is it a Swiss? It's going to annoy us if I don't have a look. One of these, Rigitrack. I think it was the bigger version though. It wasn't the small one. I think it was like, they do 125 horsepower one, something like that. If it's in here, no, it won't be that far up. Is it in medium tractors? Where's it at? Unless it's in large. I don't know. Either way, it was one of them Ritchie tracks that we used. And that's how we started. So we started with that, and I don't know, it's some rubbish little seeder that we might have had, or cultivator. I think we had to hire initially, because you start in August on all of them, don't you? We had to hire a combine just to get a couple of the fields done, because we did start off with, I think, one arable and one grass field from what I remember. But it was really fun. That I'd do a used machinery challenge again, maybe on a smaller scale, so maybe like one of the little Polish maps, possibly, because I've never, although I've loaded them up and sort of had a look around, the Polish ones, and I know there's some sort of other Eastern Europeans or Balkan maps as well, what are very similar. Could maybe do one on there, couldn't I? Like, use machinery but on a smaller scale. The only thing would be, the thing on Westbridge, because the fields were really big, you were making a lot of money. So even if we were hiring a combine, for instance, obviously it costs a lot of money to hire a combine, doesn't it? We were getting that money back because the fields were that big. Whereas if we'd done it on a smaller scale, that would be really difficult. Still might be something I've got us thinking now about a new series. But yeah, I wasn't even talking about that, I was talking about Iowa Plains and how it did remind us. But no, it's a good, it's a decent map. For those who haven't sort of checked it out, have a look. The starting point is really, really good. You start off with like a load of machinery. There's various different animals within your starting farm. A couple of big bits of land, and a couple of bits of land as well where you can just do what you want with. That aren't actual fields when you first start, but you could make them in. So like, there's a lot of room for sort of potential growth from where you start. But yeah, I really liked it. I can't remember. I can see the name of the modder. I just can't remember how you pronounce it without looking at it. So I'm not even going to try because I'll butcher it. And now I can't stop thinking about a potential third series and another used machinery challenge series. I don't know, we'll have to see. Tell you what I'd have to do, if we were doing it in the guise that I've just spoke about, we would have to go through our mods and make sure we've got, which we do normally, make sure we've got a lot of smaller equipment on. But I mean, we normally do. It's rare that I have a lot of sort of larger machinery uploaded into the mods. It's normally all small, like your standard 3-metre cultivators or smaller, tiny little seeders, you know, just 300 litre fertilisers, stuff like that, that I normally have installed. Right, now that I'm pretty much convincing myself to start a third series, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set a time lapse away on this, because I think we've probably been talking for quite a long time already now. We'll set a time lapse away and we'll come back closer to the end. I don't think it's going to take too long now. I think we've got a good chunk of it done. So yeah, let's get the time lapse on. I'll be back shortly. not long left. Maybe two more runs, possibly. We've just emptied the trailer again, so we must have about 23,000 litres, something like that. Where are we at? 24,000 litres. So we're not doing too bad. We won't get another full trailer full, like maybe 3/4 at the most. Just like that. Settle. There we go. We've used loads of fuel, haven't we? I mean, this was full when we started on the last episode on our oat field, and we're halfway already. And unless it's been fixed, I can't use the diesel tank at our farm either, because it hasn't worked since the map came out. It's never worked. I don't know if anyone else has the same issue. I assume that you do. But I tell you what else I can't do either. I can't update Purbeck. So there's been an update out for weeks and weeks now, and I remember seeing the post from the modder saying that it would require a new save. However, it just will not let us update it, and I don't know why. So it lets us update all the other mods, but for whatever reason it doesn't let us update Purbeck. But yeah, the diesel tank never worked. I might have to maybe see if I can get one of the mods where it's just the like the petrol stand, the fuel stand. See if I can stand that next to the actual point, the actual fuel point up here, just so it sort of looks a bit better, if you know what I mean, rather than just plonking it down anywhere. But it's a shame because I actually spent some money buying fuel, so there's fuel in there sat that I just can't use, which is a shame. Right, let's I've noticed as well, I mean it's nearly 7:20, but it's starting to get dark, isn't it? And I think, judging by how long we were gassing on for beforehand, I think that's probably going to be this episode, once we've done this. I bet you it's still quite a decent length video. Even though it doesn't feel, I mean we have got some done. We've got the two things done that I wanted to get done, which was get the cows fed and get this field cut. I say field cut, the field harvested. I don't think in July we're going to have anything else to do. We have got, which I forgot all about up until I went and moved the header earlier on, was in, where is it, over there somewhere. I can see it there. It's just, you can just see the top of the extractor, the baler. We've got them bales, silage bales to sell. We need to get them loaded up and get them sold. But what I might do is do that next episode, and the price should be a bit higher. I mean, no matter what the price is, we're not keeping them. They were literally just extra of when we bought the cow pasture. So I'm happy to sell them and get the money for them now. It's the stuff in the pit that I don't want to sell while the price is low. Right, one last little bit. Tell you what we could do in the next episode as well. We could sell them bales. We could stay in the second half of July. And we could bale the straw. Because how far are we from... No, we still... The corn, sunflowers and... Oh, the canola might be ready. The canola might be ready next month. It's going to be, isn't it? So we could bale that straw, and then when we get to August, we've got the canola ready to do. Because, yeah, I think that would probably be best, because if we want to get wheat or barley in, we need to get a shifty on getting the fields turned around, haven't we? Right, we'll get that in. I'll get this turned off. And let's get over to the farm. So what we've got, 6,600. So we're going to end up with just over 30,000 litres, aren't we? Which, I don't know, that doesn't seem that much really. I mean, that wasn't a massive field. If we've only got 30,000 litres, am I best off just selling it rather than ploughing money into a production? Right, okay. I've already tried, I can't spin straight round there. I have to come here and then back up. And not hit the water tanker. Stay close to here and then I can whiz round. Oh, we need to get that slurry sold as well, don't we? We need a tanker for that. A big one though, hopefully. Not just one of the small ones, because I've got like a daft amount to do. So 30,806 litres. How much slurry we got? Is it going to tell us? Might as well turn that off. Let's go and have a look. It'll tell us if I come over here. Slurry. 112,000. I wonder if that must be full, you know, 112,500. I bet that's full. So I'll have to start emptying it. We'll have to find some sort of tanker, a decent sized one, but also one that we're going to get round the tight roads, because there's no point in getting a huge sort of articulated trailer that we're never going to fit around Purbeck, because it would just be pointless. I also don't want some at this size that we're just going to spend loads of time going back and forth with. And I don't really... I could get maybe a slurry spreader, but the thing with that is we've already got quite a lot of fertiliser down at the shop that we need to use up. So I don't know, we'll have a think of that. If you've got any suggestions, I might... In fact, I'll probably record beforehand, but any suggestions, put it in the comments. Because if I don't do anything, I probably won't do anything before we empty it, because we've got the fields to bale, the canola's going to be ready to do, then the grass is going to be ready to do, so that'll probably be a bit further down the line, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, we're going to leave it here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.
PlayStation